Yeah, thanks, Bob. You know, John Curtis and Blake Moore were both troubled by yesterday's events. Curtis, now one of those veterans, talks of the attack like a home invasion. Moore, the freshman, told us about a disturbing first Wednesday on the job.
And at that point, I had already known that they had breached the Capitol. So I thought, oh, if they're going to be willing to start back up debating again, then yeah, this will be fine. And then all of a sudden, the Capitol Police rushed in, and it got pretty hectic at that point. And they were guarding every door. Then they were yelling to people to get their gas masks out because there's tear gas going through the hallways. When the Capitol Police came in and shut down the door, and then I had 4 or so colleagues that were right by the entrance where they could potentially, I could see they had like this big piece of wood or something like that they were going to try to barricade or use to push back the door if anything happened. And that's when the pounding on the door started. You could hear the pounding. That was pretty harrowing. That was a little weird to hear. Like that was tough. Other stuff is general protocol, and you're fine. Yeah. And then you start hearing the pounding. You're like, oh, we've got to do something. We've got to probably get out of here. You're brand new. You don't know the hallway system. There's 17 tunnels going 13 different directions. And every time you turn a corner, you just kind of know. And sometimes you're alone when you're going through that, and then sometimes you're with a big group.
And the best way I can describe it is if you've ever had your home broken into, you just feel violated. And I think 24 hours as I sit and think about it, it feels like the nation was violated.
I was very disappointed in President Trump's initial video.
It was very frustrating to me that I had seen the crowd. I'd seen the president incite the crowd.
But we look at the facts, and our election was so corrupt.
I'd seen his lack of reaction. And we all have accountability and ownership for our actions. And I believe there's some accountability there.
And we were in our office, barricaded in. I was coordinating with local police, making sure that things were fine at home. I was very confident they would be, but you just take precautions. And at that very time, the very first thing he said was about election fraud.
This was a fraudulent election.
There's chaos going on all over the place. And his first comments were, I really, really had a tough time with that.
Curtis and Moore both opposed the president's attempt to change election results, while Utah's other representatives, Chris Stewart and Burgess Owens, backed the president and voted to not accept votes from Pennsylvania's electors. Live in studio, Max Roth, Fox 13 News, Utah.